Hi everyone, Neil here, modern entrepreneur, Ontraport certified consultant. Hey, I wanted to take a minute and just break down something I see come up in the group a lot. Actually, it came up recently with someone I was talking to, so I thought it'd be a good chance to make a quick video and just share this with everyone, so everyone's on the right page and not making a very common mistake I see inside of Ontraport. And it's something I bring up in my book, The Ultimate Guide to Rules in Ontraport. I have a couple pages on this in there. And that is this idea of and versus or when we're making conditions. So when we're filtering groups or we have a condition on a rule and we're trying to put in a couple different things that we're looking for, this whole idea of and versus or. And on the surface, that seems pretty simple. Like if I'm looking for people who have a blue tag or people who have a yellow tag, that means I'm going to get everyone that has one or the other or both. I'm going to get blue or yellow or both. That's pretty simple. We all get that concept, I think. Same idea if we want people who have both a blue tag and a yellow tag. So if I had people with blue tag and people with yellow tag, if I only wanted to find that group that intersected, I'd be looking for people who have blue and yellow. Again, that one's pretty simple. I think we all get that correct, and that's pretty intuitive. Where the problem starts to come in is when we start looking for negative conditions, where we're looking for people who don't have a tag. And this is true of tags. This is true of other conditions we can have. Anywhere where we can have a negative condition, like not in a sequence or not in a campaign. Anywhere where we can have this negative condition. We're going to use tags in this example, but anywhere we can have this negative condition. And what most people do, most people will say, I want to make a group of people or find people who do not have a blue tag or do not have a yellow tag. And they will put or in between those two. And usually 9 times out of 10, that is not really what they want. That is 9 times out of 10, that is wrong. Because if we look at what happens if I have the statement, not blue tag or not yellow tag. Well, if I look at this statement as a whole, only half of this equation needs to be true for that whole statement to be true. So I can not have a blue tag, and it doesn't matter what happens over on the other side. Automatically that statement becomes true because I'm saying or in between them. So if I look at each one of these possibilities with these two groups, if I said I'm looking for people who do not have a blue tag or do not have a yellow tag, well, right away this first person has a blue tag, so that half of the equation is false, right? They have a blue tag, so this half of the equation is false. They also have a yellow tag, so the other half of this equation is also false, and therefore the whole thing is false. They have a blue tag and they have a yellow tag, so that equation is false. But on this next one, they have a blue tag, so again, that half of the equation is false, right? They do not have a blue tag, they do have a blue tag, so that's false. But they do not have a yellow tag, which makes this half of the equation true. But because I put or in between here, only half of this needs to be true to make the whole statement true. So therefore, my whole statement becomes true now. Same thing here because I have a yellow tag. I mean, yes, that half of this statement is false, but I don't have a blue tag, so that makes that half true. Therefore, my whole statement is true. And of course, if I have neither tag, then my whole statement is true. But 9 times out of 10, people are trying to create this group where they want them to have neither tag. They don't want them to have blue, and they don't want them to have yellow. See what I just said there? And they don't want them to have yellow. So if I look at what happens when I put and in between these two, now for this whole statement to be true, both halves of the statement need to be true. So this first one has a blue tag, and they have a yellow tag, so both halves of that statement are false. Therefore, the whole statement is false. But on the second one, They have a blue tag, so that half of the statement is false. They don't have a yellow tag, so that half of the statement is true. But the whole statement as a whole is false because we only satisfied half of the statement. We only satisfied the yellow half. They do not have a yellow tag, but they do have a blue tag, so that makes that whole statement false. Same when we flip it around. They do have a yellow tag. They do not have a blue tag. Again, that whole statement is going to be false because we only satisfied half of it. So what I really want here is I want this group with neither one of them is true. I have neither a blue tag nor a yellow tag. Neither half of that statement is true. Therefore, I want to put an and in between it to make that entire statement true. So there you go. That hopefully that gives you an idea how that works. Just 9 times out of 10, just know that when you start to go negative, when you say doesn't have, 9 times out of 10, you want to put an and in between those two statements because you're really looking for this group right here where they have neither. There are the occasions when you do want to look for these other groups, but that's pretty rare. I don't see that very often. It's mostly you want neither one, therefore you want to say and in between your halves of your conditions when you're dealing with negative conditions. So there you go. That's my quick tip for the night. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.